Hello everyone, Jurassic here, and today we're going to be looking at our first Wave 2 figure, Claire, and Stegosaurus. Now, yesterday, or the 27th of June, I managed to go to Walmart and I found Claire along with Wheatley, and there was two of each. However, they didn't have the battle damage or Lockwood fight scene or whatever they call it, Owen. But they didn't but that was all they had for Wave 2 in my Walmart. I went to my other Walmart too, and they didn't have anything except for another Claire, which I already got by the time I got this. I did go to Target and I finally found Elliot, but I'm afraid I have to return it. And, well, let's just say there's a reason I have to return it. Look at that face and tell me what you see. If you can't see it right now, I'll show a clear picture of it, and you'll understand why I want to return this. But hey, at least you get $9 back. But anyways, being one of the first figure to cap off on Wave 2, and finally got most of the figures I wanted in Wave 1, I just like to say, let's start this review. So let's look at Claire first. Now, I don't know if it's just mines, or it's probably the whole sculpt itself, but it seems like only Mines has to stand with the right leg forward, left leg back. Otherwise, she would fall over, and she's very topsy. Well, she's not wearing heels anymore. But yeah, just like Owen, she has the simple points of articulation on the joints, on the elbows. Both can swivel. Same thing on the legs, however the legs are kind of hindered by the coat. And no, the coat can't come off, but it does have sculpted detail within, so that's pretty nice, neat right there. There's elbow joints, and they can too swivel around. So I don't want to mess that up, otherwise she won't stand. And then she has a ball joint head. And she looks left and right. And she can hardly look up due to her ponytail, but she can look down, but that's pretty neat. Otherwise, this sculpt is pretty good. However, the yellow jacket is probably due to the intro scene, which she didn't have a yellow jacket in the movie, but it is probably a reference to the intro scene where they show the guy with the yellow jacket. So there's a cool reference with that. Now she does come with some accessories, two basically, and it's one of this. Now, when I first saw this in the toy show reveal, for the images and such, I didn't know what this was, but now watching the movie, I know this is the thing they use to track down Blue. And basically, she could hold it pretty hard, actually. I tried getting her to hold it just like the way in the movie, but because it's so big and bulky and their hands are small and a little fabric and such, soft rubber, it really tightens that and spreads the hands out too much. And it makes it hard to maneuver down to the other side. You could do it like this, but the other hand won't grip on the little accessory, so it's a little hard to do that. But if you can do it, you understand that you have to spread the hand in order to do it, and I feel like that's just gonna, over time warp it, so it makes it hard to hold it. But then again, it isn't hard plastic like most figures are that you see coming out these days. Mattel has really gone over with making everything pretty much soft plastic. And I gotta say, it's a good choice, that's because kids these days, well, not kids these days, more like the regulations these days are pretty terrible if you think about it. But yeah. She does come with another accessory, and that includes this little gal, the Stegosaurus. Now, unlike Owens and most of the hatched dinosaurs that come with it, this is not a hatchling. This is just a minifigure of a Stegosaurus adult. And you could basically get this one in the $10 value pack in the Walmart with all the other minifigures that includes a Mosasaurus. And unlike the other ones, this guy does not have articulation that the other ones have. Now they're just simple colors, but they have very nice details to them. It's kind of hard to see in the camera, I think, but it has really nicely sculpted details on the plates and the skin. The unbending is very nice and neat. Little trademark stamp right here. And this Stegosaurus actually has its tail up, like it's supposed to. However, because Stegosaurus is my favorite dinosaur, I'm gonna have to be very nitpicky with this. Yes, I know. The plates are pretty much an even row, even though Stegosaurus in reality would have larger plates on the back spines. The tail should be much longer, with the plates in the tail being more dispersed and more than just these 6 right here. And the neck is so short with a small head that in reality Stegosaurus actually had a pretty long head and neck. And of course the extremely tall back legs should be near equal lengths to the front legs. But overall, yeah, it's a pretty good Jurassic Park Stegosaurus. Jurassic World Stegosaurus, not very much, since Jurassic World likes to have their Stegosaurus like this, like the old 80s style. Ugh, I hate that. That's probably the worst choice they made in the whole Jurassic franchise. Just giving the Stegosaurus back its horrible, inaccurate look. Great way to market your dinosaurs, I gotta say. Giving people this belief that Stegosaurus looks even more inaccurate than ever. At least people know that Stegosaurus aren't as stupid as... Oh wait, people still do know that. Yeah, Stegosaurus is actually smarter than most people think nowadays. They're not as dumb as everyone says. Neither are most dinosaurs. Heck, there's even a study showing that T-Rex might be as smart as a chimpanzee. But, you know, we can't really detail this brain and skulls. I mean, Neanderthals have a larger head skulls than ours, but yet they're not very smart as well. So what's that to say? Anyways, let's get into the rest. Now it's time for some comparisons. Our first comparison is obviously Owen, the main character, is, in my opinion, in the new Jurassic World franchise. Even though the story is supposed to be more towards Claire, this trilogy, I feel like Owen is a much bigger part, even though he hardly does anything. I mean, most of the marketing goes to Owen, while Claire is mostly the support, even though they characterize her as the main character. So what does it say to Hollywood? That is pretty much evenly balanced, for my opinion. But yeah. Overall, I think they're 2 in scale. I'm pretty sure Owen should be slightly taller in real life, other than this. It's kind of like Owen is like some other character. It's probably just the look of it, but from the looks of the background of the fence, it makes it look like that they're practically the same head height, which is not pretty accurate in my opinion. Because it's not, in my opinion, it's just reality. Owen is actually pretty taller. Chris Pratt is taller. So Sam Neill is 6 feet tall. Yeah. Here's their comparison with the Battle Pack or Action Pack or whatever they're called. I keep forgetting this name the most, even though they're probably the most cheapest of them all. The blue one. And of course, I'm pretty sure blue scales up very, very nicely with Claire right next to her. Not as very scaled up with a small Stegosaurus, but I say pretty scaled up wise. Here's her scaled up right next to the small Dimorphodon that also comes in the same line for its blue. And I gotta say, they go very well with each other in my opinion. I mean, the Dimorphodon in the movie were pretty big. Not too big, but pretty big than their actual size in real life. But overall, I feel like this Dimorphodon does very well job. Even though, I'm just gonna say this, I don't think I saw Dimorphodon in Jurassic World. And people say that Parasaurolophus was in there. I gotta watch it another time. This is like my 3rd time gonna watch it again. Because I don't see them. The movie goes really quickly. And that's probably my only problem with the movie, is it just goes too quickly. Especially on the main island. And of course, here's a comparison of the Thrash and Throw Tyrannosaurus Rex. And as you can see, Tyrannosaurus Rex, or the T-Rex, is very large in the scale-wise. I'm not even gonna bother adjusting the camera. It's just shows you here how tall she is in this figure form compared to the T-Rex. I mean, all the characters I've seen so far, even though I only have 3 right now, are pretty much the same 3.75 inch scale. And in fact, that she is almost not even 3.75. I think she's 3.50. She's half and half, basically. Not even close to 4 and not even close to 3. Just in between. So maybe these figures aren't perfectly 3.75 inch, but they are pretty much close head heights in overall design and sculpt. But yeah, that's pretty much a comparison right there. So what score would I give this Claire figure? Well, Claire herself is a very good character in my opinion in the Jurassic Park series, or the Jurassic World series now. And that I think it was confirmed that she's basically the main character, so that gives extra point to this score. And I would have to give a score for this particular figure of Claire a 5 out of 5 actually. Compared to the old series, these joints are actually much stronger, and I feel like the sculpt and details on this figure is a bit better compared to Owen's design, and not as glossed over as Grant's design is, which is pretty weird. But yeah, you can find these now in retail stores for at least $10 to $8 in stores. Sometimes people find them more, which is pretty sad, but you know what? It's alright. If you can't find these figures, don't worry. They'll have plenty of time. I mean, I'm pretty sure Claire and Owen are going to be very common figures at later points in the line. So yeah, hope you guys like this review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.